ህግ የተሰጠበት ዓላማ ኃጢአትን ዲፋይን ለማድረግ ነው። ህግ የተሰጠው ምኞት ማለት ኃጢአት እንደሆነ በህጉ ነው አወቅነው። ህግ አትመኝ ባይል ኖሮ ምኞት ኃጢአት መሆኑን አናቅም ነበረ። ህግ አታመንዝር ባይለን ኖሮ ምንዝርና ወይንም ዝሙት ኃጢአት መሆኑን አናውቅም ነበረ። አሁን ግን ህጉ መጣና እነዚህን ነገሮች በይፋ አወጣቸው፣ ኃጢአት መሆኑን አወጃቸው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ህግ የተሰጠበት ዓላማ እዚህ ቦታ ላይ እንደምናየው ህጉ ቅዱስ ነው፣ ንጹህ ነው፣ ጻድቅ ነው በራሱ ግን ማጽደቅ መቀደስ አይችልም። ዓላማው ምንድን ነው? ኃጢአትን ለመግለጥ ሰው ኃጢአተኛ መሆኑን ለማስታወቅ ያንን እንዲያደርግ ነው የተሰጠው የሚለውን ነገር ነው ሮሜ 7:7 ላይ የሚያወራው። ግለትስ
One of the greatest things, right, in studying the Bible is to read it in context. Romans chapter 7 is a very interesting chapter. I would ask, I don't know the brother who asked the question, on your own, read Romans chapter 6, skip chapter 7 and read Romans chapter 8. Just read them, don't try to study them. Just read Romans chapter 6 and Romans chapter 8, and then you come back and read Romans chapter 7. In Romans chapter 7, Paul is talking about his life before Christ, before he became a believer, in Romans chapter 7. So there are certain things about Paul that Paul says in Romans, because you have to understand that Paul says that he was a Pharisee of Pharisees. That means he understood the law. But when Paul came to Christ, he realized that that law killed him.
Yes.
Because he could not live up to the requirements of the law. I love Romans chapter 7 verse, I just closed it. Verse 8, the ending part of verse 8, where Paul says that, give me 1 minute, please. Romans chapter 7, verse 8, the ending part, Paul says, for apart from the law, sin is death. Sin is dead. Sin is finished. You have to understand who Paul was to understand this passage. Paul was a Pharisee of Pharisees. He said that among his peers, he was above them in his understanding of the law. But the law showed him that he was sinful. Again, please, in your spare time, just read Romans chapter 6, skip chapter 7, and then read Romans chapter 8 to try and understand Paul's mindset in what he was saying in Romans chapter 7. The main point about Hebrews chapter 4 is to find rest in Christ. And that rest is not, it doesn't mean that you're lazy. It means that you rest in your work just as Christ has rested in his. Hebrews is showing a comparison between the old and the new. It's showing a comparison between the priesthood of Jesus Christ and the priesthood of Moses. The priesthood of Aaron and Moses, the high priest, as I said last time, there was one piece of furniture that was never found in the temple in Jerusalem, and that was a chair.
Yeah. Sure.
It is because the job of a high priest was never finished. They had to keep offering sacrifices over and over and over again. But it says that Jesus Christ, the high priest of the new covenant, is seated at the right hand of God the Father because his job is finished. His job of offering sacrifices for the forgiveness of sins is finished. So in Hebrews chapter 4, it tells us that there is this rest. And you see, the children of Israel, the Jews, did not find that rest. When God freed them from slavery in Egypt, God told them that there was a land that was flowing with milk and honey. They were freed from slavery, but they never rested in the promised land. Only 2 out of millions. Only 2 got into the promised land. Why? Because they did not believe. And God begs us, we need to find this rest Our promised land is Jesus Christ. As believers on this side of the cross, our promised land is Christ. In him, we have milk and honey flowing. In him, we have rest, we have peace, we have total forgiveness, we have righteousness with God, we are justified. Christ is our promised land on this side. That is all what Hebrews chapter 4 is talking about, finding rest in Christ.
አሜን አሜን። ሮሜ ምዕራፍ 7 ከ16 እና 17 ላይ የማልወደውን ግን የማደርግ ከሆንሁ ሕግ መልካም እንደሆነ እመሰክራለሁ። ቁጥር 17 ላይ እንደዚህ ከሆነ ያንን የማደርገው አሁን እኔ አይደለሁም በእኔ የሚያድር ኃጢአት ነው እንጂ ይላል። ወይንም በእኔ የሚኖር ኃጢአት ነው ይላል። በዚህ ቦታ ላይ ሐዋርያ ጳውሎስ እየተናገረ ያለው ስለ ራሱ ነው። ተናጋሪው ሐዋርያ ጳውሎስ ራሱ ነው። እያወራ ያለው ግን በክርስቶስ ኢየሱስ ከመሆኑ በፊት ስለነበረው ሕይወት ነው የሚያወራው። ለኃጢአት ተገዢ ነበርኩ ይላል። በክርስቶስ ኢየሱስ ከመሆኑ በፊት መጥፎ ነገሮችን አደርግ ነበር። ያንን የማደርገው እኔ ሳልሆን ይላል በእኔ ውስጥ የሚኖር ኃጢአት ነበር ያንን የሚያደርገው ይላል። ሐዋርያ ጳውሎስ በዚህ ቦታ ላይ እየተናገረ ያለው በክርስቶስ ኢየሱስ ከመሆኑ በፊት ስለነበረው ሕይወትና ስለወደቀው ማንነቱ ስለዛ ነገር ነው የሚያወራው። ሮሜ ምዕራፍ 7 ላይ ምዕራፍ 8 ላይ ስትመጡ ደግሞ ምን ይላል? እንግዲያውስ በክርስቶስ ኢየሱስ ላሉት አሁን ኩነኔ የለባቸውም ይላል። ምዕራፍ 7 ላይ በውስጥ ያለው ኃጢአት ነው ያንን ክፉ ነገር የሚያደርገው እያወራ መጣና ምዕራፍ 8 ላይ ደግሞ መጣና በክርስቶስ ኢየሱስ ላሉት አሁን ኩነኔ የለባቸውም ይላል። መጽሐፍ ቅዱሳችን በምናነብበት ጊዜ ወይንም በምንተረጉምበት ጊዜ እያወራ የመጣውን ምዕራፍ ከፊት ቀድሞ ያለውን ምዕራፍ ተያያዥ ሐሳቦች ስላሉ ያንን መረዳት ያስፈልጋል። ቀጥሎ ደግሞ መሃል ላይ ሌላ ሐሳብ ሊያወራ ይችላል። አሁን ሐዋርያ ጳውሎስ መሃል ላይ ምዕራፍ 7 ላይ መጣና ስለ ራሱ በፊት ስለነበረው ሕይወቱ ስለ ማንነቱ ነው ያወራሉ። ምዕራፍ 8 ላይ መጣና ደግሞ በክርስቶስ ኢየሱስ ላሉት ያወራል። ስለዚህ መሃል ላይ የሚገቡ ሐሳቦች ስለምን እንደገቡ በአውዱ መሰረት ነው መተርጎም ያለብን። ተናጋሪው ማን ነው? ስለምንድን ነው የሚናገረው? በክርስቶስ ኢየሱስ በተፈጸመው ስራ ውስጥ ደግሞ ያ እየተነገረ ያለው ነገር በዛ ሲመዘን ያልፋል ወይስ አያልፍም የሚለውን እነዚህ ነገሮች ባለፈው የተማርናቸውን እነዛ 7ቱ ነጥቦችን ሁልጊዜ መጽሐፍ ቅዱሳችን በምንፈታበት ጊዜ እነዛ 7ቱን ነጥቦች ማየትና መገንዘብ ያስፈልገናል። የዛሬውን ትምህርታችን እዚህ ላይ እንጨርሳለን። ከፋፍለን ስለ ማጥናት የጀመርነውን ኮርስ እንቀጥላለን።